As a future professional student, I find these opportunities very helpful and somewhat a little risky at the same time. Being an OFW gives many benefits as well as constraints because most of us Filipinos always think that being in another country or working in another country will raise your standards and eventually will become wealthy. Well, sometimes it does that, but actually it's not, or not always like that, because our mindset in other countries is that we are always comparing that they are more advanced or civilized in everything they do, or they have to what we are way back in our country. Then we put ourselves in our most humble behavior, which prevents ourselves from drawing attention to other people. It's like we are degrading ourselves a bit as we set foot in their land. And I'm not saying that every one of us will end to that kind of scenario, but literally, most of us OFWs would, or future OFWs would feel that way for the first time when they get hired and to work overseas. Well, we as professionals, of course, will always be prepared when we get hired. I mean, we're not always up for the payment and credits, right? But for the performance and learning itself. Now, here's an example. According to the infographics news of ABS-7 in May 14, 2015, 12 to 15 million OFWs were forced to return from overseas due to a common reason of being mistreated repeatedly. And most of these OFWs are domestic helpers, ranging from almost half of the total statistics that are legally licensed and certified deployed in the past 10 years of work. Now, this may serve to us fellow interns as a warning that such problems could occur anytime and will not tolerate any exceptions to anyone, and also implies that being an OFW would take double effort in such cases, such as problems, calamities, and so forth, unless the individual decided that he/she would reside in the country itself permanently, thus changing their citizenship would receive not just less risk, but local benefits as well. Well, this is not always the case for professionals, because we are employing ourselves to companies that are ethical in background, and for that, our security would be certain. Like in local hiring, an intern requires to learn at the beginning and be able to adapt to his or her environment. It is also similar to working overseas, but with a different nationality that we were not supposed to be unfamiliar with anymore. Due to the fast-growing technology and industry of our world, most companies, both land and overseas, are hiring OFWs from different parts and corners of the world. It's because standards and the potential of each OFW in each country they have hired from, and combined with the other, would provide a much greater probability of success to the development of one's industry, which is why they are very aggressive in utilizing us OFW professionals so that they can easily gain and control the flow and growth of their business, trades, communications, and other commercial works due to our combined abilities, and not just by any talents, but also our flexible and developing language.